Hi, this is Steve, and I'm going to show you how to save your seeds. Many of the seeds that we sell are non-hybrid seeds. They're what's called open pollinated. That means that they self-pollinate, and year after year they will come true from the seed that you save. So let me take you through these steps. It's really easy to do. If you've never saved seeds before, I'd like to encourage you to do so. Alright, one of the first things you need to do is make a label for your cup. This is probably the most important thing when you're getting seed from tomatoes, so you don't forget, one, the name of the tomato that's in the cup, and also the date that you start the seed. So this is a tomato called Black Hawk. We'll put the label on the cup. Now we start slicing our tomatoes. Move this around. And it's pretty simple. Just squeeze that pulp into the cup. If you're working with a little bit larger tomato, you can usually just stick your thumb in there and go through each gel cell and just scoop out the gel, as opposed to squeezing a big tomato. The whole reason for doing this is we want to take this juice and let it ferment. And depending on the temperature, we'll let it go 3 days to 5 days, depending on if it's really hot. These usually ferment in about 3 days. And the fermentation eats this gel coat off of the seed. That gel coat has to come off of there for good germination rates, because there's a germination inhibitor, a chemical that is in that gel around the seed, that if we leave it on there next spring when we start planting our seeds, we'll just get terrible germination rates. It will actually prevent the seed from germinating. Nature does that so that the seeds don't actually germinate while they're still in the fruit. So we have to get rid of that, and that's the whole reason for fermenting when we process our tomato seeds. Now this particular one is not going to have a lot of juice, so what I want to do is add some water. Now you have to be really careful here that you don't add too much water. You never want to make more than, say, triple the amount of liquid that's already in there. Now you can see I've put just a little bit too much water in my cup, and this will happen to you every now and then, but it's better to have enough liquid in there that it doesn't all evaporate out, because that'll ruin your seeds. So you need to have plenty of liquid in there. So what I do, if I put a little too much water in, I just take a little pinch of sugar, maybe a 1/4 teaspoon, and put it in there with that juice. Give it a good swirl, and there will be enough food for the wild yeast that will grow in the top of this cup to feed off of and finish the fermentation process. After a couple of days, you'll see that liquid and solids begin to separate, and it begins to stink. So you want to do this somewhere out away from the house if you can, but I have a little shed I use for my fermenting. After our 3 to 5 days had passed, then we're going to want to filter off all this nastiness and save our seeds. After your seeds have air dried for 4 or 5 days, they should be dry enough to remove from the coffee filter. And you can put them in a little envelope like this and they'll be ready for next year when you're ready to plant them. Don't forget to put the variety name and the date on the package. Well, thanks for watching, and if you have any more questions, you can visit the website at doublehelixfarms.com.